I want to talk about your toxic family members and all the old friends, people you cut off in your past, how they fucking gang stalk and how fucking dumb these people are. And I hate to go in on family like this, but I gotta say it. I don't care if they talk shit about me. I don't care if they gossip. I don't care if they smear me. They should know now I got a super thick skin. I give zero fucks. Fan base is growing all over the world. And that's the crazy shit. They want you to forget all the bad shit they did to you. They want you to sweep it underneath the rug. And they just want you to keep letting them have access to your life over and over again so they can keep coming back and doing the same shit over and over and over again. But when you put your foot down, you say, okay, this is nothing more than a hamster on a wheel. I don't want to be a hamster on a wheel, running very fast but getting nowhere in life. You motherfuckers repeat the same toxic patterns, same behaviors over and over again. And you just expect, because it's family, sweep it underneath the rug, let's forget about it, let's come back together again after we fall out so we can start this same dumb cycle all over again. I don't fucking get down like that. I'm tired of repeating these patterns. I'm tired of falling out. Personally, I want to address the problem at the core of it. And you know, you cannot address a problem like this with family members when they have a disorder, narcissistic personality disorder that is incurable. There's no medication to treat it, and they would have to go to therapy.
I don't know what you're talking about. What? You're paranoid.
Manage the symptoms, which we all know they're not going to do that because they feel they're superior and they lack accountability. So it's proven to you time and time again, they are not going to change. You know what this type of abuse does to somebody? You think your family care? If your family's toxic, they don't give a fuck. They just want to control you. They need someone in the family that they can kick around and bully. They need a scapegoat. Anyway, let's talk about this gang stalking, because I've gotten a lot of requests about toxic family members fucking stalking. Let me explain how fucking delusional and fucked up in the head that these motherfuckers are. Now, I told you I went to court a few weeks ago. My mother attempted to get a permanent restraining order and the judge shut her down and threw the case out, dismissed, bye bitch. My mother sat in that courtroom. It was very interesting to me. And she told the judge, Your Honor, I don't watch my daughter's social media. I don't watch my daughter's social media. My other daughter and my niece, they watch her social media and they show me the videos of my daughter speaking. I don't watch that bitch is a goddamn lie. Bitch, you know you watch my shit 24 fucking 7, bitch. You watch it more than anybody else. I keep up with my life, seeing it, trying to see if I'm vulnerable, sick, weak, if I'm failing. No, I'm winning. I ain't sick. I ain't got no motherfucking COVID. I ain't broke. My daughter's good. We don't want for shit. We not failing. I'll never let you see me fucking fail if that's what you doing. The flying monkeys are messengers. They're minions. So when the Wicked Witch sent the flying monkey to go kidnap Dorothy, the witch sent the flying monkey so she could keep her hands clean. So a flying monkey does the bidding for the narcissist. The flying monkey is the messenger and the minion. They get messages and they stalk and harass and they retrieve information and bring it back to the narcissist.
Take notice of something. 10 seconds in on this same video, I'm walking by the elevator. You see the elevator? It's completely open. The only thing I see is someone sweeping the steps as I walk up, right? It's very dusty in that area. Aaron's there. He showed up to go meet Jacobs. A minute and 21 seconds in on it. There's Aaron. And now the X is put up. So the X was not there 1 minute and 20 seconds ago. And Aaron, who was sweeping the steps, and then as I go back down, I mean, it's just, you know, it's what I'm pointing out is it was a safety precaution beforehand. It's not like an X was put up for any particular reason after it wasn't there. Not at all. As the elevator is being installed. If you take notice, there's only one more deck that I'm working on. And it's snowing outside, so nobody's actually going to be outside doing any kind of siding because it's dangerous. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to risk my life to install these 16-inch pieces. And then you got to kind of climb out the door there. Oh, man.
Here's an example here.
Oh, you're just paranoid, Robin.
Just a quick example. He's just pulled up for a second. Just so I can see, and then he's going to probably duck or something. Or pretend he's doing something. Yeah, usually. But that doesn't bother me. I actually kind of prefer that. I kind of feel ignored when I drive down my block and nobody does anything. Because I like the discerning spirit. I like to sharpen it. But I would also like to get paid for it. Because then they'll drive by you. And then you just keep going. I remember I did it one time. The girl in her Jeep, she pulled out. Like, all right, so I pulled over. Because they did the thing, pull right up behind you. And then here's another one, this is my neighbor. They're always right there. Usually. Won't you be my neighbor? And look, there's my son. Because when it becomes obvious, it becomes overt.
Then I watched it for 10 minutes, which was even more of a miracle because it was that corny and that stupid. And then I thought, maybe I'm not hearing from the Lord because I ripped my son Trinity a new one on the phone, and I dropped a couple F-bombs. I said, listen closely, F off. I did. I was so pissed. Not going to get into my personal stuff, but he did some stuff that just, I was like, dude, are you... And so I dropped a couple F-bombs. Well, that'll block up your communication with the Lord. Anger like that's not good. And so he totally twisted that screw. watched it for 10 minutes, which was maybe I'm not hearing from the Lord because I ripped my son Trinity a new one on the phone and I dropped a couple F-bombs. I said, listen closely, F off. I did. I was so pissed. Not going to get into my personal stuff, but he did some stuff that just, I was like, dude, are you... And so I dropped a couple F-bombs. Well, that'll block up your communication with the Lord. Anger like that's not good. And so he totally twisted that screw. And when he did, and it was total disrespect. And I mean, I told him, I said, I'll get on a effing plane. I'll fly there right now, and I'll pull you out, and I will whip your ass.
When you gonna do that? When you gonna come get your son?
There's 2 people left that I want to talk to.
29th. Sometimes I like to read the comments. Elizabeth there. Been a subscriber for quite some time. You made some comments about things that happened like 25 years ago. So, you're obviously been there for a while. I lost it. So Bean... nothing, won't show any channels, but it's reminding me of something pretty modest. It said, I lost it today and got mad at my dad this morning. He stood up, he walked out at 9:55 for nothing, then waited an hour, got up at 10:55 and left. I said, that's weird how you do that. Then he waits to walk back in 11:55 on purpose, and I called him out on it. So it's not really like, it's more like time stamping someone's behavior that would create your father to get mad at you.
Pissed. Not going to get into my personal stuff, but he did some stuff that just, I was like, dude, are you... And so I dropped a couple F-bombs. Well, that...
Before and after. So it's like these things remind me of conversations that people have behind the scenes that you're not supposed to know about. And so that's why I was asking which one, biological or your stepdad. Hopefully he didn't punish you all day yesterday, like in your room, for having F-bombs dropped on you. And so I'm not sure. He thinks I'm his brother's son. My mom died, but he always says she cheated on him with his brother. Brothers, I've had that problem in my life way back when. And something else I just found out is that my I may have been told this before. But it wasn't something to really consider. But apparently my dad, William, he would be 74 years old today. Well, not today, but this year. Wait a minute. November 8th, was it 1947? Yeah, 74. And he had a twin brother. And they said that he died. They said his twin brother died. However, I feel like because everybody lies and everything's a secret, and knowing this twin system, And knowing how far and how many people are involved in it and how long it's been going on in my life, knowing that there's a good and evil twin system. My dad was, he was calm for the most part. He didn't really pay much attention to us as kids, but if you went and talked to him, he would talk to you. So I would always talk to my dad before he died, before he was like sleeping all the time on the couch. But he died, and so I'm thinking there's a possibility that, because I don't particularly, I don't know really, because people, you may look like your brother or your sister in a sense, but not really. Like, you may just be a little bit different than all the people and look different, and you are different. Maybe there's a possibility that there's people on this earth that their father really isn't who you were told your father was. Kind of like a stepdad. A stepdad takes care of your entire life and you think it's your dad. Well, what if you find out that it wasn't really your dad? Or what if you find out it's not really your son? What if you find out you're taking care of somebody else's son? What if you find out that somebody else's father is taking care of you your whole life? Does it change anything? For me, it doesn't. Like, regardless of who my dad was or is still alive or not, my father was always my father in heaven. My dad on earth was my dad. My son is my son on earth, and that's the way it is. But I've thought sometimes too, maybe I'm just not my actual father's child, because I just don't feel like I'm the same mindset as everybody. Not that I'm a better mindset, just way more awake and alert and aware of everything imaginable that I didn't think would even be important. So I'm not sure he thinks his brother's my son, or he thinks I'm his brother's son. My mom died, but if you look at that as a host body system too, fathers that have children in their womb, because they went from male to female, the children can be told, like, well, where's my mom? Oh, she died. She died after I had you. But shh, don't tell anybody. I guess my biggest problem with everything on planet Earth is liars. That's it. It's really just liars. If you can just tell the truth, what are you afraid of? What are you so afraid of telling the truth? But my mom died, and sometimes I look at that too as, I'm sorry for your mother dying, but there's also people that their mom is completely alive. They're just dead to them. But he always says she cheated on him with his brother. So it's like if my kid's mom was cheating on me with my brother and had a son, my son would really be my nephew. I would be his uncle. Kind of like Lot, Abraham, Lot. It was like his nephew. Maybe Lot thought it was his father. Who knows? What's crazy is the past 2 years. Now, when I look at it as a flip role, as you're the one being talked about, my brother and my old ex-girlfriend, like my kid's mom, go together. He was mocking me about it with my uncle dad. So there you go. With a fake name for her. Then they finally let me know for sure. I guess they're picking on me because of his suspicion about what my mom did. My whole family has turned on me, so I know they slander me. And it's like a extra sick Jerry Springer episode. Well, incest in the family, that kind of thing you know of. Cousins, nephews, brothers, that kind of thing. Sleeping with your father's wife. All of them were military. Now imagine that. I was born on an Air Force base, so I'm pretty sure all this is some kind of experiment on me. That's a lot of FUs, I'd say. Yeah. So I don't really know truly, because I've given people the benefit of the doubt that just because people are my family, they're going to tell me the truth. I've learned that's not true. Where did I actually come from? I could be a legitimate child. I could be my father's son, legitimately. I could have been born on Air Force Base. I have no idea, because I don't remember until I was about 5. My dad had a twin that they said died, which I'm pretty sure, in all likelihood, he didn't. My grandfather, they said he died at the age of my age. So, at the age of 45, my grandfather died. So then my dad, and I'm thinking sometimes, I don't know, what? Hey mom, did you have a relationship with daddy's dad? Like, did you guys ever hang out or anything? Because I don't think, I mean, I may resemble family members, but may not look directly exactly like them. And so I don't really know anything about my grandfather. Matter of fact, I don't even know his name. I think it may have been William, like my dad, and William Henry, I believe. And then the twin brother that went up to heaven, he was probably a star watching over. I mean, he could have been an evil twin harassing my dad all his life, and all of us, and they all are still living to this day. And Jonathan Kleck is part of the family somehow, because, you know, it's just a weird feeling I get that people have been involved in this thing way longer than I knew my entire life. And I remember when I was kicking my my kid's mom out of the house, and then all of a sudden she got pregnant a week later because I was kicking her to the curb. I never got a paternity test. I just figured, you know what? I guess I'm going to have a son then. And I knew I was going to have a son and not a girl. So I had Christian, and he's 19. He'll be 20 February 4th this year. And he's been a challenge, and he knows that. Don't you, son? And don't act like you don't watch my videos, buddy. So you've been a challenge, but I love you, just as if you are my son, even if you aren't. Because I don't truly know. I didn't get a test done, and it doesn't matter to me one way or another. But I would like to know the truth of everything. And you got to understand that no matter what position anybody has in this earth, the truth will be exposed at a certain point in time. And everybody that plays the Judas role, they will spill their guts. They're going to hang up their career, which is the gang stalking career, and they're going to spill their guts. Don't think that you're supposed to go hang yourself because the Bible says that. Because I know that young Masons in training, they get taught what the Bible is in a literal sense, and they worship Lucifer as their God. But yet Lucifer worships God as his God, because he finally comes back. That's why there's a system going on where there's a Lord God in heaven person. His son came down here, Lucifer. He's walking the earth. Matter of fact, and whoever was told they're Lucifer, you're not. Just want to let you know that. I believe maybe it's 600 you told me to look up. There you go. So look up 600. The Ark 600. Lucifer and Satan. And when I see Satan, and then when I see
Starscope, while I'm sitting here videotaping a building that's all stars.
But am I seeing Lucifer and Satan two different people, Father, Son? Am I seeing that, or am I not? Because it looks like your face is thinner and you just look a little bit more huskier. But I don't really think it's your real face anyway. But either way, you still just look like two different people. You look younger, identical, and you look older. So you could be like, the God that literally runs the heavens from a position of down here in the center of the earth. And your son can be the one doing all the groundwork, doing the videos, going out. And the reason why I say that is because, well, you told me to look up 600 Broad Street. You told me to look at Lucifer and Satan. There you go. If I can pick one out of all of these, I'll pick that one. Skype me? Well, give me your number. I need to talk to you, Jonathan Kleck, and I need to talk to Stephen Ben Noon. Being free from God and Satan, because the God of this world got hidden secrets. So I say that because when Kleck is in the car driving, he has an assignment to do from his father.
Do y'all believe this? You can't even think this stuff.
I don't know.
Okay, so here's the video and here's the testimony. Y'all ready? Freak out. Yeah, so I'm just going to document this. I was just driving and all this crazy stuff is happening. So many crazy things are happening with the word ark. It's a little unnerving. And I heard in my spirit, tell Siri find the ark in San Antonio. So I did. So Siri mapped it. I just screenshotted the map. And I just heard go there. So I'm just going to whatever that location was that said the ark. And I'm just documenting it. Trying to step out on faith. This is what he told me to do.
As in, again, my perception is my perception. If I'm wrong, I would love to be corrected. But the way that I find answers out is to just flat out say what I'm thinking, and whether you get offended with it or not, that's not for me to care about. I just need a straight up answer.
Screenshotted the map, and I just heard go there. So I'm just going to whatever that location was that said the ark, and I'm just documenting it, trying to step out on faith. This is what he told me to do.
Like my dad. And then...
Okay, I'm going to pause out right there so you understand the context. The Lord had told me...
See? So the Lord, pointing to yourself, told me to understand the context of what my son's doing.
Find the ark in San Antonio and go there. I want to show you something.
Alright, so I see Lucifer and Satan so far, 888. 888 is also mixed in there with Jonathan Kleck. Go to the ark, Jonathan Kleck, 888. Obama. Out of all of these, I'll pick Obama. Go to the ark. I want to show you something. San Antonio. San Antonio. Is that how you spell it? I believe so. 4/21, April 21st. I keep hearing Susie, Suzanne, you're gonna you can put Susie's channel up. It also hits 888, Gematria made for December. But X Mark, San Antonio. So there's an ark, which is the Barack Obama. There's, look up 600 where the ark is, there's Lucifer and Satan. You have Satan and Lucifer together. One of them is controlling the planetary system, whether he's literally up there or Satan got cast down to the earth and he's in San Antonio, which is the X mark. So X is what marks the spot, and here's your X's, a night under the stars. Here's your eye, and then the outside of that, and then the actual full eye itself.
Need to do it at night, so I could point up and go, "That's who we are. That's where our eye. That's our identity." And when I did, an eye formed in the sky using the moon, using the clouds. It didn't just make an eye here. It didn't just make an eye. It made an insane, mind-boggling eye. Let's see. Here we go. Let me just show you a.
So you're already showing me 5 and 5, 5 and 55.
Let's see. I'll go to this one right here. This is one of the images, and the images, even though this is a good image, it doesn't even do it justice. Because it was, photographing something like that in the sky without some super cool great camera is not the easiest thing to do. However, you can see the center, the pupil, the iris, the outside of the eye.
The pupil, the iris, the outside of the eye. The X marks the spot. These are stars. Now, if we're upside down, if that's really a thing like gravity, and we're like upside down, or when you look down, and then as you're looking up, but we're really upside down, you would see the stars. You see how they're like little stars right there? Meant to look exactly like stars. Pupil, the iris, the outside of the eye. The 12 trees, the one of them's chopped down. The tomb is right there, and the gates of hell is right there, obviously.
Holy shit.
Right there, the tomb, and the tree cut down right in front of it. The all-seeing eye in the dead center. So I'm just going to go with, this is the dead center of planet Earth. And that's why everybody's in the dead center of it. Because it's an intersection. 3 different types of biblical understandings generate from underneath of this earth. And then now they all come together. 8. 8, 8, 8, 8.
This thing was a perfect eye. And it was so perfect, we all looked up and we gasped. We were gasping. We were like...
When you guys are watching on the big screen, the miracles that you say, you're not looking down at a TV screen. You're looking up at the screen. Not that you're looking up like that, but you're looking just up. Your eyes are up, elevated, looking.
And we looked up because as I was revealing the information to Jim and Karen and Corey and Zach and Alyssa.
So Jim and Karen, now... There's a couple. It's a Sister City. I don't know where it's at, but Karen disappeared. It was Karen, but there's James. There's Jim. Jim, JJ Black, Philadelphia. Karen's, what was it, the law office? Karen D. Oh, it's not here anymore. So Karen and Jim. And then down here, William, that plaque that I read, that's right here, right there. This is how balls ass slow my computer is. Yeah, well, anyway. Statesman James Logan. He was just 25 when he came here as William Penn's secretary. 1699. William Penn.
Corey and I, the next morning, we went out, got coffee, and the Lord just started driving me. Just, I was just like, I don't really know where I'm going, but this is where the Lord drove me, right here to this building downtown. I mean, this is not this is by the Alamo Dome, nowhere near my house.
Now, Love Park is down near the William Penn building itself. But there's also this little tiny building there.
The Great Sandy Calder. So there's the history of...
There's this little shack here.
It wouldn't be worth anything. So anyway, so then I look up and it says Williams Remo Ark, and the word
Williams Remo Ark. His head's taken off.
Mirror, Twin 1919. Big Bend, West Texas landscape. Big Bend all the way through from east to west. James Logan.
So Jim and Karen, you got William Penn. You also got DuckDuckGo, 11250. 11.
Remo means a
Williams.
rudder, and then the Lord tells me, now look up the name of William.
DuckDuckGo. There's 2 ducks. You gotta get your ducks in line. With these swan creatures. Swan Memorial. As you see, there's a duck there. There's a duck there. And then if you go over here to the other side, here's a clearer picture of the duck. And if you go over here, here's the go. So there's your DuckDuckGo, dead center circle. There's the duck's head, looking up William. The Ark. It's really the Ark of the Covenant. It has nothing to do with the Ark at North 1 Broad Street, which is the Masonic Temple. God made a covenant with Noah. The God made a covenant with that Noah. It has nothing to do with the Ark that is over here. That Ark. It's not talking about that Ark. So if you go from east to west looking for the Ark, but yet the Ark is underground where you can't see it, where X marks the spot, the eye, the all-seeing eye, is in the dead center. 3 rivers flowing into it.
Williams. Wow, look what I accidentally clicked on. Did you see that? Madonna
Yeah, I don't think anything's an accident.
says not everyone is coming to the future. Y'all remember that? Here you go. Ready? So here you go. Here's the meaning of the name William. So
5, 5, 55, V that way, V that way, W, 6-pointed star, Star of David, 6 points. The tomb is empty. Well, how many people referred to in the Bible the tomb? Christ was in the heart of the earth for 3 days. Could be 2 days, 2 nights, 3 days. At the same time, Jonah's in the belly of a whale for 3 days. Lazarus rises from the grave after 4 days, 3 full years could be. David's tomb. It's an ark. Like, get all the animals in the ark, like this elephant here. The exact thing is what it is, elephant. Get all the animals in the ark. There's dinosaurs are all over the place here. Reptilians. And one day I'll be able to have a computer that just moves when you want it to. It's the Shady Store, the Shade Store. It looks like this is so explicit that they won't even show it because the tail's coming out, going back like into that dinosaur behind it. Now look at that, it's a recent. The pictures are getting more recent now. There's the third temple being built. Sisters City. You go get some coffee there.
here you go. Here's the meaning of the name Williams.
William is also the name of my dad, who supposedly his twin brother died.
The name Williams is a timeless classic with English roots, dates back to almost 1,000 years, yet still popular today.
You know, it would be cool if I could meet my uncle. My uncle. Like if I was Lot, my uncle was Abraham. That'd be pretty cool to finally meet him.
Strong-willed warrior. Let me go to Revelation 3 for you. Resolute.
To the church in Philadelphia.
I know thy works before. Behold, I have set before thee an open door, no man can shut it. For thou hast little strength, but thou hast kept my word to watch by keeping an eye on two, or no man can shut it. For resolute, I know thy works before. Behold, I have set before thee an open door, no shut it. For thou hast little strength, but thou hast kept my word to watch by keeping an eye on, to guard from loss or injury by keeping an eye on, properly to prevent from escaping implies a fortress or military lines of an apparatus. That is to note a prophecy, figuratively to fulfill a command. Okay, guys, I love you in Christ. How cool! Miracles are stacking up. It's just like all the other places he's had me go. He always proves it. He always does. He's already proven it. We're supposed to get together at the Ark. Now, one more thing.
Ark. One more thing. To those that believe you're supposed to meet here in the Ark, I guess that's where you'll meet, at the Ark. Why does it have the depth like that? See that? It's like it protrudes out in sections and then it can retract. Well, my theory would be the same reason why you have Liberty One, which is the host body setup, where inside there's retractable sections that's able to protrude it out further, and then it retracts in to look like that.
About the other stuff I just showed you, the Rubik's Cube opening up with the X in the middle. I'm sitting there thinking about how crazy that was, and I'm driving down Broadway, and I said, Lord, I am so out of gas. I have so little strength left, you guys. I've left it on the field. I can't even explain to you how whipped I am.
Whiptail lizard.
And I was driving down Broadway, and I said, Lord, you know my heart. I'll give it everything I have to make this thing happen at the Ark. Would you please just help me get together with all these people at the Ark? When I said the word Ark, I looked over like the Lord was controlling a joystick moving my neck. And I said, Lord, would you please help me get together with these people at the Ark? And my head just went, and
A sleeping prophet. Agent Smith released.
gotta say, so I cast a lot, and again, it said meet and greet, gathering, receive guests, open house, hello, 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 and on the page was written the words in my own handwriting. I wrote, I heard you say
Graveyard.
that even if I did nothing else, I'm good to go. It said GTG. I had
See all the
written
bolts
on
on that
that
side.
page
And over here,
what I heard the Lord say when
the
I was
bolts
in
have been
front of
taken
Corey,
out. There's only
3 months ago. So I would remember. And so I wrote that on that page. It was the same page.
there's only like
And
four.
I'm like, well, that's crazy. It's the same page. And so I said, so now I got to do it
Elevate.
because it says meet and greet.
Elevate
it says
talk.
welcome guests, welcome kill
So this is the elevator boy?
welcome everybody. Say hello, 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 embrace page. In writing, I wrote. I heard you say that even if I did nothing else, I'm good to go. It said GTG.
Also, Eden. I do see an E like this, and then a D, and then another E, and then an N. Eden. Arrow that way. Elevator down to the pits of hell. That gate opening up. Johnny popping out. The little tiny space.
I had written on that page what I heard the Lord say when I was in front of Corey, 3 months ago.
Like today,
so I would remember.
Now, I haven't been down there in a while, so this could have been there 3 months ago. Who knows? And I just come across the elevator guys that same day doing the obstacle course crowd space gang stalking tactics.
elevator, elevate.
And so I wrote that on that page. It was the same page. And I'm like, well, that's crazy. It's the same page. And so I said, so now I got to do it because it says meet and greet. It says welcome guests, welcome kill the fatted calf, welcome everybody.
And then that's the fear part, kill the fatted calf. I'm to the point where I don't give a flying fuck anymore about the gang stalking tactics, the fear tactics that Satan has pushed on the entire planet. Don't give a fuck anymore.
Say hello, 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 embrace, hug, all that. I was like, okay, I got to do it. Okay, now.
There's 2 people left that I want to talk to directly.
And that's it.
And they go, we're at the Ark. We're at a place called the Ark. I'm like, what? We're at a place called the Ark. I've been there with them one time. It's in Farmington. It's like secondhand. Farmington. It's like a secondhand, retail shop. Super cool. I'm like, okay, so yeah, apparently the Lord wants me to go to Chinati. And so I look in and I'm like, oh, wow. And the number 1 painting on display was this big painting, this big oil, and it was a shepherd leading sheep. Guys, I'm a shepherd. I'm here to lead the sheep. What am I? I'm here to lead them out of here, to help them get out of here before the tribulation kicks off, the great tribulation. And so when I see a shepherd leading sheep through the desert in Big Bend, and the Lord just told me to go in there, now the Lord's got my undivided attention.
Big Bend.
And I'm like, and I look at that painting, and I'm like, I'm trying not to, And so anyway, I look at the owner, and I said, hey, do you mind if I take some pictures? Because a lot of gallery owners don't like you doing that. And he goes, no, go ahead. And I hear the Lord tell me, look at the name of the artist. Look at the plaque. There was a plaque on it. On the plaque, it said Melvin Warren. Everything I'm telling you is documented. Everything I'm telling you, you're going to see if you show up at the Ark. I've already done videos on it.
Ark.
But at the Ark, when we have our get-together, we're going to have an audio-visual presentation of all the miracles. We're just going to pump it out on a screen and show you all these miracles, all the documentation. We're going to show you everything that happened. So anyway, when I saw that painting of a shepherd leading sheep through the desert in Big Bend, which is right where Chinati is. Chinati is in Big Bend.
Big Bend.
I was like, okay. And then when the Lord tells me, now read the name of the artist, it was Melvin Warren. And the Lord told me to document it, photograph it. So I photograph the painting, and then I leave. And the Lord told me, look up the name Melvin and Warren. Melvin means chief, and Warren means watchman. I was just like, okay, I'm going to Chinati. I'm taking my Windblades go, LZ goes. Told me, motorcycle, take the Royal Enfield, the whole deal, everything he planned out.
Take the Royal Enfield. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Who's going to replace the 12th one? Who were the two? I forget. In the Bible, there were two. Whoever was taking the place of Judas. Which of the two were going to take the place of it? So as he's talking about Big Bend, the Ark, Benjamin Franklin Parkway, the Ark, get in the Ark, the animals, the elephants getting into the Ark.
Big Bend. And the whole, everything's landscape, Big Bend. All of it.
Yep.
And I'm like, Okay, so yeah, apparently the Lord wants me to go to Chinati. And so I look in and I'm like, oh wow. And
Naughty.
the number one painting on display was this big painting, this big oil. And one thing I can assure you, even though neither of those were the end, every one of them was insanely supernatural. So every single time I do what he says, I get to see the glory of God. Now, I'm after seeing the glory of God. That's what Jesus said. Did I not tell you that if you believed, you would see the glory of God? Guys, I am looking at you in the eye. I have gotten to see the glory of God in this place.
And then Jesus being Lucifer on earth, his father, Satan, that got kicked out of heaven, coming to the earth. Satan is obviously running rampant. His time's short. He knows it. I know it. Those of you that are in on the inside know it, but you know the exact time, and I don't.
And so, anyway, so now, the other day when the Lord told me I want you to have this get together at the Ark, I was like, really? On the 18th of February? That's kind of short notice. It's just like, that's kind of quick. Kind of short notice. It's just like, that's kind of quick. And so anyway, I was like, okay, so I need I got to have a confirmation. And so I said, I need a I gotta have a confirmation.
Played the game. Down at the
Lord's been communicating
corner of the pinnacle.
with me since day one, because
This can all be
Christ
yours.
in me communicating back
Just
up.
jump
The
in.
Lord has placed before me an open door. An open door. Michael looked at me the night I got saved and said, Jonathan, a little voice you hear, that's God speaking to you. Learn to trust his voice. So a lot of people have turned it into a slot machine, and I don't want you to do that, because you shouldn't. Because I see people, oh, I looked up this license plate and this one and that one. And it's like, don't. I'm a prophet, so the Lord uses available means of communication to communicate messages, even building shipping containers. So anyway, there's the admonishment. Be careful. So anyway, so the Lord
Well,
tells
that
me to look up 16 by
has
40, and
to
I
be
thought
the
that
key.
was really weird. You want me to look up 16 and you want me to look up 40. Accidentally clicked on. Did you see that? Madonna says, not everyone is coming to the future. Y'all remember that? Here you go.
Between
Ready?
6 and 9th hour,
So
5:55
here you go.
is right close to it.
So here.
You really want to go down there? Oh man.
One is unlocked, the other one is locked.
Not my father, not my will, Father, but yours.
Understand.
You never found yourself.
So you never found the enemy to kill him. Christ descended into hell to do what? To kill the enemy.
The keys of death and Hades.
Wow, it already looks like hell.
The keys of death and Hades.
Period.
Yeah.
He descended to hell. You got to go there and kill that son of a bitch in your life.
Which is the equivalent of you, your name, your vibration.
All of it. All of it. And so you just go, wow, I'm just, you know, it's a remarkable thing, and I understand.
It's true. I think I just found hell on earth.
18th of February, that's kind of short notice. It's just like, that's kind of quick. And so I got to have a confirmation. And so I said,
The route to get there.
he's been communicating with me since day one, because Christ in me communicating back up, the Lord has placed before me an open door. For me to be able to find a way to jump out of something in the desert is like, my skydiving gear, my LZ, my wind blades, all my stuff, and go to the desert to Chinati. By the way, Chinati means gateway in the language out there, the Indian language out there. It means gateway.
Wow, it already looks like hell. Holy shit.
Come meet at the Ark. It's going to be a meet and greet under the stars. Let me see. I think I showed you guys that in
Under the stars. Duck, duck, go. 2 ducks. Under the stars. Gateway. Gennady Desert. Dead Center. Logan Square. Transmutation Circle. The Ark. The animals in the Ark. The elephant. Get him in there. Benjamin Franklin Parkway, Big Ben. You go to the west side of it, West Texas landscape. Texas, the symbol for the Texans, or the, what is it, I don't know if it's the college football team. Well, the Texans have that logo. Just similar. But it's that orange team. I forget which. It's a college team. I mean, it's close. Apparently I have Texas on my mind. And my mind on Texas.
Of death in Hades.
Period.
Yeah.
He descended to hell. You got to go there and kill that son of a bitch in your life.
Which is the equivalent of you, your name, your vibration.
All of it. All of it. Since that's it. Just want to say I love you, everybody. Go over to the channel. If you haven't seen the latest show, it's really good. John, I had you on the show before that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have you on another one here coming up pretty soon. I've got some other new people. Guy that I've never even heard of on YouTube. He's got like 950,000 subscribers that I'm talking to. So
wow,
really, really interesting stuff. I don't want to say it just yet, but because I still don't know
was
exactly.
it the one you told me about the other day?
No,
Okay,
completely different one. Yeah. So, and I'm trying to find who out there that's been hidden in the wings, and so we'll bring them. But watch the last show. There's a lot of stuff talked about. Other new people. Guy that I've never even heard of on YouTube. He's got like 950,000 subscribers that I'm talking to. So what you're saying, you can't make this stuff up. That you were
posting my videos there, linking them here to Israeli News Live. But if you haven't started a channel there, you really should, especially if you're a creator, like a YouTube creator. iConnectFX is fixing to have over 1 million more subscribers in 1 week alone. Over 1 million more subscribers in a week alone. I say a creator, YouTube, like a YouTube person there that makes videos and things like that. You're about to have a lot of people coming on board there.
I've never even heard of on YouTube. It's got like 950,000 subscribers that I'm talking to. So
wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something if the theory, or what the conspiracy that people were saying all along is people's YouTube channels, you may have a certain amount of subscribers. You may have, it may say 25,000. It could be more. It might say 260 views. Could be 260,000 views. Could be 26,000. Could be. Could be in the future, there could be 1 million people just waiting in line to push the subscribe button at a specific time when everything is allowed to go public. It could already be that way, and my channel is getting monetized behind the scenes from those because I'm not monetized, but it really has 200,000 subscribers, something like that. Like, that's a possibility that because Satan runs everything, that he could suppress your views, he can suppress your subscribers, he can try to make you feel like nobody's even paying attention, but it doesn't even matter because I've always said this. The very first viewer is the highest trained reviewer, Satan himself, on YouTube, that needs to watch my video. And that's the person I came to talk to. So where are you at, Satan? Are you underground? Are you in that gate? Or is somebody else going to pop out pretending to look like you to try to deceive me? One way or another, like I said, I'm at the point where it just doesn't matter anymore. Something got to give.
Should, especially if you're a creator, like a YouTube creator. iConnect FX is fixing to have over 1 million more subscribers in 1 week alone. I know the owner of the company.
Yeah. That we were just trying to be shown ourselves in all the depictions of everything around us.
Well, you know, there's so much more to that, and to get into ancient scriptures talking about who really angels are, and whether they, like you said, I don't think a true loving God would cast any angel down.
No.
The thing is that the temptation of something would be this, John. Let's pretend for 1 minute that I'm a really crazy good technological guy, and I'm worth.
We don't have to pretend that that's true. Let's just say it is.
A really crazy good technological guy, and I'm worth billions like Elon Musk.
Well, that's true. In my view, that's true. I mean, you can turn billionaires from millionaires. You can turn anybody into a billionaire, but they have to... What do they have to have? What kind of qualifications do they have to have? I say creating an FU app, pay me, disguising the name, however you want to do it, you can do it.
And I know kind of the world that we're in is a little screwed up, and I can create something. I can make something that will help you leave here.
To not actually leave the earth or the planet, but leave this disgusting, sickening system and send relief, like where, oh, so God the Spirit does exist. There is relief. He's God the Spirit in heaven that everybody tries to be themselves is actually a realistic thing. And what that Spirit does is sends relief from those that are in charge and have the ability to create platforms like YouTube itself. YouTube is a moneymaker. It's just, it is a damn, can you imagine? I mean, even just simple things, it's just a moneymaker. And when you get more people coming to your channel, especially if it's legitimate, 1 million subscribers that are all going to push the subscribe button at some point, or even if it's AI algorithm technology that all of these AI bots that are part of your organization, they click subscribe. And then every video they watch. And you monetize your channel. You get a commercial at the beginning. And then you get paid for the rest of your life because you put the work in that does follow you, because you've revealed everything in secret on planet Earth. I think that's worth it. That's a good trade-off to shut me the hell up. And then I can get rid of my anger.
Right. Let me do this. Let me help these people escape, because this world is just such an ugly place. So he creates a garden, essentially, right?
Yeah.
A technology.
But not that garden. I'm not going in the metaverse. Even though I understand that the appeal to it, going in the metaverse, because it's like, well, all right, well, here would be the selling point. Look, when you die, where do you go? You go to heaven, right? You're going to be a spirit. You're not going to, you're just going to be a spirit. You're going to be comfortable. You're going to be at rest. So it's going to be basically the same thing. You'll just be in a imaginary state, just like you are when you're sleeping. Don't you enjoy it? How many people can't wait to go to sleep because you just want to rest and dream and get out of this world? Hey, come here in this garden. Come down here, Robin. We have a gate, a door is open for you. We'll be waiting for you. Are you scared? Are you afraid to go down into the depths of hell? Well, at this point, no, I'm not. I'm not. Because I want to meet people that run this planetary system, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Something got to give on this earth. In my life, something got to give. You don't just keep doing this and take a whooping from everybody, the whole world. Either you eventually get killed and it's done and okay, well, whatever. Or people start to help out a little bit to make your life a little bit easier. What do you say, Satan?
Technological one. And go ahead, go in there, just lay in there, and you never leave because you don't want to. It's too perfect. Right? It's just too perfect. But then
New York, talk to Corey. Just talk to Corey. Corey got to hang out with me for a year. So anyway, it's one of the gifts of the Holy Spirit. I operate in the gift of miracles. So anyway, let me show you what's going on now. Okay.
Yeah, what's going on at this exact moment now, the 28th of January. No X? Oh, that's interesting. Let me fast forward it to another minute or so as I go back downstairs. Well, it's all a big joke, and it's just so funny. It's so funny to target one human being on Earth. I just don't understand how the people on the other side don't feel stupid when they're busted.
So, the Lord told me, I'm going to show you this video right here, but first I want to go through this folder right here. I want to show you what's going on. I want it for people to safety for you, just like Noah. And I was like, okay. So, one day I was having a bad day, and I was feeling like I couldn't go another step. I'm just being honest. I was like, I don't know if I can go another step. I'm so exhausted, Lord. I've been there and I heard the Lord say, Jonathan, if you did nothing else, I'll welcome you home with open arms. You're good to go.